smartphone these days. Salespeople do not hesitate to tell you how advanced the video camera is.
True, but let's be honest, for most of us, the idea of all those apps and settings can be pretty intimidating.
Yes, from composing a shot to lighting and editing, we are unlocking the potential of the pocket-sized production studio that lives in your phone.
Professional videographer Brady Clayton is getting some incredible high-quality video, not with a fancy camera, but with his smartphone.
A lot of people underestimate the power that these smartphones are equipped with in their lenses and their cameras.
He wants to help us produce pro-quality videos without spending any additional money. And whether you own an iPhone or Android, it all starts with knowing your gear.
Most smartphones come with two lenses, a normal lens for normal focal lengths and then a wide lens to get those nice big wide versions.
You'll need to choose a video format too, HD, which is now an old standard, and 4K, which Brady prefers.
You want your videos to look extremely crisp and high quality, 4K is the way to go. The downside of 4K is that it might start taking up a little bit more storage within your phone.
Next up, time to compose and shoot.
When you're filming, composition is the biggest, most important thing to keep at the forefront of your mind. Making sure that your subject is well focused, or that you're getting a nice, beautiful angle with a nice backdrop.
Then there are 3 basic shots every videographer must know:
Wide, medium, and tight.
We intentionally shoot wide shots to provide an establishing shot, to set the scene. Then we're gonna move into the action with a little bit more of a medium shot. And then we're gonna wanna move into a tight shot. And a tight shot really captures that up close detail.
Another pro tip, to add movement to your shots, first steady your phone with fingers on each side. Keep your core tight like he's doing and add movement to your phone.
Make sure that you're walking in a real slow, nice, methodical manner, and you'll be able to pull off some amazing shots that are ultra smooth.
We'll wrap up with an easy way to edit. Brady prefers the InShot app, free for iOS and Android.
You're able to import all of your videos from your camera roll seamlessly and put together an amazing story.
You can add a song and arrange some clips in the order you want to see them. Start wide and go from there. Spice it up by adding slow motion shots. Most smartphones have this feature, like filming a nice beverage pour, for example.
You can film that person pouring it in normal, but then you can cut to a really close version of it, of the liquid slowly coming out.
And in only a few minutes, I was on my way to creating a mini masterpiece.
Hey guys, welcome to my show. It's Snack Time with Christina Guerrero.
If you'd like to learn more video tips and tricks from Brady, check out his website at bradyclayton.com. We are going pro with smartphone video.
Most of us have excitedly snapped a pic or two out of an airplane window, but let's be honest, they're usually ruined by glare or bad lighting or an airplane wing. Well, it's time to change that and learn the secrets of airplane window photography.
Flying is usually filled with new experiences. So why not photograph your journey? Best of all, almost anyone can do it.
You just want to capture the images that really inspire you and maybe tell a story about the trip that you happen to be taking at that time. And, it makes for good memories as well.
Photographer Curtis Smith has a quick start guide to airplane window photography. And it begins with choosing the best seat to capture breathtaking images.
Getting a seat with a clear view is really the key. I like to sit forward of the airplane wing because it gives me the best view up and down.
Curtis says there are a couple of areas to avoid, like the spacious exit rows,
Because you have the plane wing right in your view.
He also says steer clear of the engines because the heat can distort your photos. Next, you'll want to gear up. Almost any camera, like your smartphone, will work.
Whether you've got a high-end digital or if you're shooting with a smartphone, it doesn't really matter as long as you have something to capture that moment. The old photographer's adage says, the best camera is the one you have with you.
Curtis says you'll also want to grab the Camera Plus app for iPhone or ProCam X for Android.
And it has controls that allow you to control the shutter speed, the aperture, and the ISO settings. And having that type of control can really help take those smartphone images up to the next level.
Camera Plus and ProCam X are free, but they do charge for extra features. Find them on Google Play or the App Store. Finally, know your route. This way you can anticipate the landmarks you'd like to shoot down below.
I'll use a website called FlightAware, and it will show the typical route that they take for a particular flight number.
You can choose routes based on cities or flight numbers, and there's a handy weather overlay feature to warn of any clouds.
And also the cool thing about that site is they also show you what type of plane they're flying as well, so that can help you on your seat selection.
FlightAware is free for the basic version. Check them out online. Taking your photo skills sky high.
And there are some really spectacular views if you just take the time to take a look out the window and see what's going by.
With airplane window photography.
From selfies to beautiful landscape shots, our social feeds are filled with some amazing photos and others that aren't so much. So Hattie D. Jamal spoke with a celebrity photographer to learn how we can impress our friends with our glammed up photos.
Don't we all wish we could take Hollywood quality photos? Well, you can, and you won't even need a $200,000 camera to do it.
The best camera is the one in your hand.
Cole Walliser, celebrity photographer, director, and the host of the new Hulu photography competition-based show, Exposure. He knows his way around a camera, and he has a few tips to help us glam up our photos, starting with find your point of view.
That personal approach that you have, that you're trying to communicate.
Once that inspirational bulb is turned on, look for the light.
There's different qualities of light.
The sun is your best friend when it comes to taking a great photo, if you know how to use it to your advantage.
There's what's called like hard light, and then there's soft light, which is like ambient light.
Hard light adds dimension and depth to your photos. And while hard light isn't used often, Cole says it does come in handy.
For faces and sort of more beauty lighting.
Soft lighting, on the other hand, is far more flattering and forgiving on those portrait of our pets, that gorgeous sunset we caught, or even that bomb brunch. So how do we know when we found soft lighting?
Basically, if you look and there's no hard shadows on the ground where the light is, you're probably pretty good.
Next, experiment with different angles to figure out
what you can hide and what you can accentuate in the frame.
You have three basic angles. High angle, where you point your camera down to face a subject. Low level angle, where you point the camera up. And eye level, which is your standard shooting angle. The most subtle change in angle can make all the difference.
Starting here and moving 6 inches one way and then 6 inches the other way, rather than starting here and then going 4 feet one way, 4 feet the other way, because that becomes a different shot.
And capturing the right angle isn't always easy. So Cole's next tip, use a stabilizing tool like
mobile tripod things with a little phone holder.
Propping your phone up against an old coffee mug might get the job done, but it won't necessarily get it done well.
An accessory like that can hold the phone in the exact right angle is super beneficial, because that will step up your quality of content by leaps and bounds.
Taking a great photo rarely happens on the first try. So the final tip, shoot as often as possible.
It really is a process of like trial and error. It should be a fun thing for you to go take a bunch of photos, find which one you like the best, and sort of remember what you learned from it.
Just a few tips to help you glam up your photos.